Hey friends, we're back. Are you sick of us yet? We were so focused on making sure that we did the webinar in the exact right amount of time that we really didn't leave time to answer all of your wonderful questions. So we decided that we were going to do another video. So this way we can go over the questions and make sure that we answer all of these for you. And I've always wanted to play talk show host. Pull up my cue card and read the questions. So this is going to be fun. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
Okay, first question is from Daniel. And Bobin, I think if you could do this one, if AI tools can already generate hundreds of personalized outreach messages, where should SEOs draw the line between efficiency and manipulation?
That's a great question. Yeah. Uh, ooh, I would say there is a thing here called like personalization and probably it depends on like different SEO, but I would say like if the person just uh, reaches out to me with an interesting email that's gonna catch my attention, I'm not interested in if that email is written as an AI from AI tool or not. So basically, if that catches my attention, if that email is so well crafted that I will open that, read that, and reply to it, that means there isn't any like drawing line between it. So use the AI tools. Try to be use them as a helper rather than just generate a random outreach email and hit send. I would personalize it. So basically, AI written, human edited. And I hope this like answers the question, basically. Uh, then maybe you should answer the number two question from Daniel too. So, given the Google's guidelines often discourage certain link building tactics, do you think ethical link building and competitive off-page SEO can truly coexist?
Well, of course. That's why we're all here. And I will stand very firm on the fact that I will always believe that five really, really good backlinks on a high authority site is always going to outperform 50 backlinks on spammy sites where the domain rating is tanking by the day, and you're not really surrounded by the type of other companies that you would like to keep company with. So I definitely think that there is a way to do this. In fact, we have been working really hard to do this the last 7 years. And I know that every day we come up with new ideas that hopefully in the weeks and months to come will turn into new strategies that we use. So there's definitely hope for good, non-spammy link building.
Absolutely. I agree on that. Perfect.
And then next, we have from Philip. Bobin, this is going to go to you. Did I say that in my very best, like, talk show voice? Am I doing it?
Yes.
Am I getting it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So,
We're there,
Bobin,
yeah.
what is your biggest backlink achievement? Which links or text are you proud of? And what is the highest number of links that you have achieved based on just one campaign?
This is a great question and probably favorite to reply to. So yeah, we have, as you, Angela, know, we have like a lot of wins that we decided to call them a win, but out of some that like just stood in my head, the partnership with HubSpot and getting these backlinks for, so, let's say, majority of our clients, that was for me like a personal win and probably like the biggest backlink achievement and proud of. And what about the highest number of links? I would say we had a client back in the day, if you remember, that we were building almost 40, 30 plus backlinks per month. So for a single client, so maybe that's my like the highest number of links for one campaign or one client. What do you think, Angela? Are we on?
Yeah, that was definitely super challenging, but it was also really fun because when we were working on that campaign, that is where we came up with a lot of our really good strategies that have evolved, but we are still using in part today. So,
Yes.
so that's always good to really be able to challenge yourself in a campaign because that's when your mind has to get creative. And then you come up with all of these other strategies that you can use in the future. But also, just like thinking back, of course, like we had some guest posts on G2. So
Yeah,
that
that's a
was
great. Mhm.
also very super exciting. So yeah, I mean, there's really no end to where you can build links. And I think that's
Yeah.
the thing to remember is you may look at a site and think, oh, how am I ever going to get on that site? And the very simple answer to that question is you just have to ask for
Yes, always. I love that.
it.
I mean, that's a great recommendation for sure. Uh, I mean, let's go with the. Thank you for answering this. Let's go with the next question from Tim. And I think this is your sphere of like knowledge. And the question is like, do you think AI written guest posts or articles can ever match the expertise, nuance, or storytelling of human writer?
No. As you mentioned earlier, I think that we have to look at AI as a tool because that's what it is. But it's also kind of like an assistant. So just as you may be working with an assistant to do a project, to write an article, to do whatever else is on your task list, when that assistant hands over work that they have done for you, are you going to take that work and immediately post it online? You're not. You're
Yeah,
you're going to read over it, you're going to fine tune it, you're going to inject your own voice and your own personality, also including things that have happened to you that you can also help people to learn from. And I think that's kind of the way that we have to look at AI. AI is your assistant, but you're never going to take something that AI sends you directly and just immediately post it online.
mhm,
You're going to fine tune it, and I think that's the way that we can work hand in hand with AI because like we said in the webinar, it's not going anywhere. So we either we have to get on board at some point and learn to work with AI.
yeah, absolutely. That's our like new reality. Completely
Yeah,
agree on that.
yeah, exactly. And I think, yeah, we have another question. I'm going to give this one to you, Bowen.
Okay.
In your opinion, what types of industries or niches benefit most from human generated backlinks?
Simple and short, like
But
every
is it
industry or
simple?
niche. Yes, every industry or niche benefits like the most out of like chosen, relevant, targeted links pointing towards their blog, towards their homepage, towards their product or solution page. It's important that we as link builders always have this first thing in mind. Is this website gonna do good for our client? Is this website a relevant website? Are they talking the language that our client wants to be talked to? uh, are they having other competitors there? So basically, if you get them on these sites, as you already mentioned before in the while answering one of the questions, I would say absolutely in every industry or niche just benefits from carefully chosen relevant backlink.
Yep, definitely agree. And we have a couple of questions from Amit that I'm really excited to dig into. But don't we have like guest musical entertainment or something? Isn't there a break? I mean, where's Lady Gaga? Don't we have someone?
We missed some slide or something or
I
music.
don't
Yes, yes,
know. I
yes.
don't know. But we have these questions from Amit. I think they're better than Lady Gaga. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the first one then, Bobin. Um, could the drop in reply rate to cold email due to the AI slop that's out there in outreach? And do you think it will balance out at some point? And how do you stand out if doing outreach?
Yeah, first of all, those are like great questions. And I would say as I discussed on one of the answers here, and also on the webinar, like too many AI, like without editing, too many AI emails, too many outreach pitches generated just like from a sentence in ChatGPT, like generate me an email to send to some person is gonna be that's causing this sloppy part where just other people on the other side of the email just choose to mark that as a spam, or just like ignore that email or immediately delete that email. So I think that is balancing even now, if still we are in like the early age of AI, it's gonna be even better going forward because the people who are legit link builders or legit people who did the whole research for the client, who did the whole research of the website they're pitching on, who personalized every email, who added like a human touch to it, they're gonna stand out and get a reply or get that initial conversation starter and then start negotiating the guest post or backlink placement. So you need to be human as possible in order to stand out while doing that outreach. So definitely add that spice to it, not just like generate an email and send it out.
Exactly, exactly. And since you're on the topic, how should partnership links be approached if it is cold? In other words, if you don't have the partnership established and you don't even know them yet.
Yes, this is probably my favorite because it talks a lot about the approach of how we define a partnership. And I would say, I don't know if you remember, but we added like this limit of if we build out three backlinks with a person, we may consider this as a potential partnership. So this is like the bare minimum to stand to be eligible to be our partner. Let's say it like that. And basically, this kind of emails you can easily recognize, or if that message comes through Slack community or whatever, you can basically easily recognize that this is a potential partnership or networking email that's gonna eventually lead into moving as a partnership big backlink build, and I would say don't hesitate to reply to an email. Maybe they hold some great cards in their pocket. That's something that you need to just like work with your intuition. And if an email is just like, hey, let's think of potential collaboration, if that works, if that you can see a good investment in your time there, go on and it's easy to move from a cold email to a partnership once you established. You can see after the first or the second one you immediately have a sense of yeah, they reply fast, they give the backlinks fast, they are focused on your conversation. That's a win-win situation. So yeah, I
Yep,
think this
very
helps.
good. I agree.
Perfect. So now it's my turn, Angela. So I think I
I'm in the
have
hot
few
seat.
questions. Yes, few questions for you. And maybe yes, that's one from also from Emmett, and I like the questions are great. So
He's
for
our
expert,
superstar.
right? Love them. Let's go. So yeah, for expert quotes, what should we expect in terms of win rates percentage right now? For example, what would be a good KPI if putting an employee freelancer on that task? So what are your thoughts on this question?
Okay, so this really varies by the platform that you're using, I think. I've noticed usually, like if I'm using a helper reporter out or source of sources, those are links that are going directly to the journalist right away. And it may be something where they're on a deadline and they may actually publish that article, 2 to 3 days from the time that someone responds to it. So it really just depends on the platform on when you're going to see like those instant wins, so to speak. But then there are also the platforms like Featured, where you have a dashboard and you can go on there, you respond to query. Sometimes you have more time to respond, so you can get your thoughts in order a little bit. And then it may take a little bit longer for that to go live, but again, there are pros and cons to every platform. And I think for every type of query, that you find, there's the right platform that it should be on. And in terms of like really looking at a percentage rate, there are some platforms that actually show you your percentage. So like I think something like a 10% percentage rate is like really, really, really good. Uh, we we had a client before that I think we were running like a 25% win rate on. So it really just depends on the niche that the client is in. And, if you are putting an employee or a freelancer on the task, I would say definitely to give them a full month to get the program going, to make sure
Mhm.
you've got the buy-in from the client, to make sure they understand the voice of the client, and just to get comfortable with writing for that client. And I always feel like it's this way with almost every platform, and it starts snowballing in. So that's really super fun to open up your email in the morning and see that, someone is on a good, high quality site. It's kind of like Christmas. So so yeah, that's a pretty fun feeling. But yeah, just give it some time. And as long as you're following the basic rules of the platform and doing everything in some of the ways that we discussed on the webinar, along with some of your own strategies, then you're going to be good. Those ones are going to start to come in.
Love that. I will like also don't forget to set up your alarms to check this hero placements. So probably that's another tip from Angela. And yeah, and
Yeah,
maybe like to
yeah.
wrap it up, we have like this last question from Megan, and I think probably you are the expert to this. So the question is, what key terms do journalists typically use in their copy post on LinkedIn when they are searching for a submitted quote?
Okay, well, this question is a little different because I think the way LinkedIn can be used as far as when you're trying to land some quotes is to really look at LinkedIn for individual journalists or companies that are writing an article that may do like a call for quotes. I know I've done this myself for Flow before when we're working with a piece of content and we want to have a bunch of other ideas and voices and strategies put in along with our own. I'll go on LinkedIn and I'll just basically say, hey, write an article. And if you're a marketer or, if you're in SaaS or whatever the particular topic may be, I'll ask for people to submit their quotes. And, then we run with those to really make our content even more powerful by reaching out to our community. And I think that's a good way to use LinkedIn. Of course, if there's a journalist that you've been pitching a lot, you can always go onto LinkedIn and follow them, start watching some of the content that they post, start reading about them, so that way you can be more familiar with them and kind of understand what they're probably looking for in a pitch. So I think I love LinkedIn. I think you can use LinkedIn for basically almost anything. So I believe that that's probably the best way to use LinkedIn when you are submitting quotes and, trying to get those backlinks and brand mentions.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well,
I think that's
thank
it.
you, Angela. I think that we covered everything. Maybe
I
like a
think we
last
did.
minute note is if anyone has any questions that we didn't cover or want something to be answered, reach out to our LinkedIn profiles on the slides, and yeah, we're just eagerly waiting to answer everything. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Angela.
Yeah, for sure. We're not going anywhere. We love to talk about this stuff, and we're going to be around, like Bowen said, to answer more questions. And hey, we really want to do this again sometime. I mean, next time maybe we'll have
Yes.
unicorns, dancing, cupcakes. I don't know. Can we do confetti? Can we do confetti online?
We'll
I don't
try
know.
it.
We'll
We'll
figure it out.
try
It's going to be fun.
it. Thank you all, and
But
see you
thank
on the next
you. Thank you
webinar.
so
Yes.
much. Yes, we'll see you
Bye-bye.
next time. Bye.
Bye.